my name is Emmett Kilbride from Crew Design Limited, and today I'd like to show you around our latest game development project, which is Facility 462. In essence, it's a dungeon crawler type game. You must manage resources, you must discover resources, and you must survive. You're in control of a basic robot, as you can see here. And I'm just going to move us around the facility, and along the way I'll just discuss some of the gameplay features that we'd like to implement. Of course, all of them can't be discussed here as there's a long list, but essentially the focus is on gameplay and maybe using your head, discovery, those type of elements. Okay, so we've moved through this section, so we can see the kind of dark, dreary mood that is being represented throughout the entire facility. And this provides us with elements that robots can hide, sentries can hide. You're never exactly sure what's going to happen. So again, we go through this tunnel section and we come through here to what we call one of our narrow gauge areas. Now this is quite a narrow section, and this will limit the type of robots that can be encountered here, but there will be wider sections in the game. We reckon that this is about less than 5% of an actual full level. So the level designs have been worked out, and we're just balancing and basically trying to challenge the player in a return to old school type games. This game will not be completed in 20 hours. You must discover so many things, you must find items, weapons upgrades, shields upgrades. On that note, actually, while we're here, you can see that the interface, while not fully implemented, but just to give us an idea, that you will have inventory slots on the left hand side. You will have heat and power and directional around the screen also, and then you will also have another key button that will supply you with a map, but that map will only show you where you've been. There will be boosts and bonuses around that may reveal bigger sections of the map, but for the time being the map just will show you where you've been. So if we enter into this door here, we can see that we have a box, computerized console, and you may use a room like this maybe from hiding from a drone robot. So you hear one coming and you come in here, power down your systems, wait for it to pass by, and then proceed out. Again, everything will depend on the management of your power, what your weapon status is, if you want to alert robots to your presence, if you feel that you can take them on. Those type of decisions will need to be made. Again, in here we have a battery pack which is 58%, so we envisage that you would double click on this and it can be either transferred directly into your power system, or it can be stored in the inventory system, or again you might just hide in the room. So we come out again and around the facility and check out this door, and in this door we have computer consoles. Now they may link us to a camera in another area, forewarning us of the type of robots that we can expect, or they might reveal a certain section. That kind of information will be displayed here. Out again, and here we have the red door. These keys will these doors will all be key coded. In other words, you will have to have the correct key in order to open a particular door, which is kind of standard fare within the dungeon crawler game. Again, here we come into a repair facility, and we hear various noises to spook us, and those noises that you hear may indicate the approaching type of robot. So each robot will have an individual sound. If you hear that sound, you know what type of robot you're going to face, and you know what that implies in relation to shields, weaponry, and the amount of energy needed to kill a particular robot in order to progress. This is a Mark IV drone that you can see here. It has 8 guns on it. It has upgraded armor. This is a very bad robot and very difficult to kill. Now you might not necessarily meet this type of robot until far later in the facility, when your weapons have been upgraded. But if you decide maybe to skip looking for weapons or skip looking for shields, then you may have an issue actually fighting a robot of this type. Again, up here we have a Mark IV on a repair tray. Okay, so we can see we come over to this room here then, and we affectionately name this the blue room. Again, this is slightly wider than a narrow section, and this is to allow movement, it's to allow larger robots, and it's to allow the robots themselves to move so that they are not stationary targets, that it is a challenge to kill an actual robot. So we proceed up here and we enter into this wide section, and again you can see it's kind of dark, kind of moody. Down through the blue section, in through this green door, and we're back into a narrow gauge section. So we proceed along here and we come into this double door. Now these double doors will be keyed so that they will only open when certain criteria has been met, and it may be number of robots destroyed, or one of those computer rooms that we went in may open this door for a limited amount of time and you have to get here, you have to try and battle the robots. You may have to battle a robot, go back, trigger the door again and come back here again in order to get through it. Puzzles like that are what we want to do. We want to challenge you. This game is about challenging you. Okay, so again here you can see we have a camera, and there's also another one up in the corner there, and earlier we were in a room where I was saying that a camera may reveal a particular position, and that may be the case here. So for example, there might be 4 drones in this particular area, and at least you know, well, when I get to this section there are 4 drones, I'm going to need a certain amount of energy, I'm going to need a certain amount of shield energy in order to kill them and progress forward. We then come into the hangar section. So we can see we have rails up along the top, and we have here the X1, and this is actually a Mark II X1. This is a very, very difficult robot to kill. It has a lot of weaponry, you can see at the top. It is highly armoured, but again you won't meet these and be able to beat these until later levels. But there are slower types and less armoured types of this robot. So it's about progression, it's about the level balancing so that it's never easy to complete a level. You're going to have to manage your energy, your shield power, all these things are going to have to be managed in order for you to progress through the levels. So again we'll have a look at our robot here, and he's quite dark. But he's very difficult to kill. Okay, so we'll leave this section now and I'll return back up this way. And we're basically going to go back to the repair room. You may think that the speed of the actual robot that you're using is quite slow, and that's actually deliberate. What we don't want is people to rush around the game. Speed boosts will be available, but again they're items that have to be tracked down and looked for. Okay. Now finally we come into this section here and we call this the garage section, and you can see that there are quite a lot of spider bots in here at the moment. They're all the Mark IIs as well, which is double weaponry, and we'll walk in. Okay, and you can see that they're all tracking my position. Now we envisage that one of the gameplay elements is that you have to get to that green door over there. The only way you're going to be able to do that is to locate the components of an EMP and come back, throw it in here or activate it, and this will shut down these spider bots for a certain amount of time, stick on your shields and get through to that green door. However, the EMP components are scattered throughout a particular level or maybe even multiple levels, And this is what I was talking about, that it's going to take time to go and find these components and mark them, because you will only be able to store so many items in your inventory. Okay, so this is just a very brief quick tour of what we've done so far in Facility 462. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to head over to our webpage at www.crewdesign.ie, more information will be posted there. We're actually starting a blog on the game, so you guys can contribute ideas of what might work within the game and what you'd like to see implemented. And also we'll have information and images on new aspects of gameplay, and also the type of robots. We have a lot of imagery and we have a lot of robots built, some of them untextured, mind, at this early stage, but they'll still be there for you to see and give you an idea of what you're going to face within the facility. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, and we hope you enjoy what you see. Thank you.